Today we're going to be playing a lesser known game, but one that I think is totally awesome. It's called Ancient Glory, and it takes place in ancient Greece. You play as Kevin Sorbo playing as Hercules. Well, okay, not really, but you do play as Hercules. And you're on a quest or an adventure. Not really sure what the difference is, but you're on something. And your goal is to gain immortality and secure your throne on Mount Olympus. So you start the game off in Thebes, and you don't have any weapons to begin with, but that doesn't really faze Hercules, because Hercules can jump like a wild gazelle. I mean, literally he can jump over some of the enemies, and that really does help out later in the game. But these first few enemies, since I don't have a weapon, his only attack is a lower kick, but it works out pretty well for these smaller enemies. So before you know it, you'll pick up this club, and it does increase your attack, but not by very much. It's not till later on that you're going to get more powerful weapons. So every now and then you're going to pick up these scrolls on the ground, and they give you guidance on how to complete the game. So this one's telling me to go visit Athena, and she's going to give me a new bow. Visit the Oracle at Delphi. You will receive guidance on your quest for immortality. So with that, I'm going to leave the level, and you're brought to a map view, and you can go to any of the cities in any order you want, which makes the game pretty sweet because you can play it different ways. It also brings the challenge of the game, because if you don't complete it in the right order, it's just going to make it more difficult. It is still possible, though. So the Oracle tells you pretty much that in order to get your immortality and secure your throne on Mount Olympus, you need to kill Medusa and bring her head to Athena's temple. But in order to do that, you need to pass a whole bunch of obstacles. The first one, I need to go to Eleusis, and apparently some monster thing offended Hermes, the messenger god, and so I need to go kill that monster. So I'm going to go over to Eleusis. So here, instead of scorpions, we have a different kind of wildlife to deal with. And trust me, it's bullshit. Now seriously, these things piss me off because they're so unpredictable. Sometimes they'll just stand there and they'll let you beat them to death. Other times they don't cooperate and they keep on charging at you. And it takes like 5 or 6 hits with the club in order to kill them. See, at least that one knew its place. This one's going to be trouble. Come back here. Stay down. So here is the monster that offended Hermes. I don't know what he is, but he's big and he's pissed off. And in order to kill him, you just want to attack upward and hit his head. And I think it takes like 10 hits or something like that. But he'll eventually fall down. And then Hermes congratulates you, and as part of his appreciation, he's going to give you some magic slippers. Okay, they're winged sandals, but I was pretty close. So at this point I'm going to follow those instructions that I saw on that scroll earlier and go to Athens to visit Athena. And here Athena gives me a bow and 10 arrows to start with, but I can pick up more later on. As you've probably noticed, most of the enemies in this game are animals rather than humans or gods. And that's a little disappointing, but the animals are well drawn and well animated, so I'm not going to complain too much. So the next little adventure in my quest is to get this helmet, but in order to do that I need to defeat Cerberus, the two-headed dog of Hades. And so it takes me to this cave, and what cave would be complete without bats? And these things are annoying little suckers. Finally. Oh, thank you, Hand of Zeus. So eventually you'll find Cerberus in the back of the cave, and he takes a lot of hits to kill, and he also can inflict a lot of damage if you let him get too close to you. I don't like to waste too many arrows, but I guess this is as good a time as any. There we go. Good boy. Eventually you want to upgrade your weapon to something like a sword because, let's face it, the club isn't very effective. Really, Zeus? Really, was that necessary? So in order to get that sword, you want to defeat one of the centaurs. And you'll probably get some damage in the process, but trust me, it's worth it. The sword will just about double your attack power. I think there's 3 centaurs in this level, and if you pass all of them, there's some potion that'll increase your health at the end, so it's kind of worth it. For some reason, I wasn't able to find a lot of information online about this game. You know, who created it, where it originated from, or even if it's an Apple IIGS exclusive, or if it was ported from another system. One thing's for sure, the game kicks ass. I mean, it's totally awesome. Surprisingly, it runs pretty well on a stock 2GS, although I do recommend increasing the CPU just by a hair for the best performance. In conclusion, if you like side-scrolling adventures with mythology mixed in, this is a game for you. Definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching.